Bow, you shits!
What's your name?
Sir Duncan the Tall.
Never heard of him.
You know every knight in the Seven Kingdoms, then?
Tourney is a contest for knights. You a knight?
I'm not a stable boy, my lord.
Not clever enough.
I could squire for you, sir, and you could teach me. Every knight needs a squire, and you look like you need one more than most.
If I could call myself a champion, some great house might take me into its service. Perhaps even House Targaryen.
In every man, there are many men. So be brave, be just, be tall.
Sir Duncan the Tall, how good a knight are you?
You'll see.
As honor deserted the noble houses of Westerhold, are there no true knights among you?
Welcome back. My name is Kit.
I'm Andy.
And I'm Steve.
And this is Streaming Things, streaming A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. This time, episode 6, the finale of season 1, The Morrow.
The Morrow.
Good morrow.
Good morrow to you, Andrew.
What will the Morrow bring?
And to you, sir.
One
We
doesn't
need
know.
only to open our eyes and find out on the morrow.
On the Morrow? Good morrow.
We need to start bringing that back, saying good morrow to people.
Does that mean today?
Like today. Like, yeah, like go out. Yeah, I think. I don't know.
That makes more sense.
I don't
but
fucking know.
Have a good day after today.
I think that morrow is
Today might suck.
tomorrow.
Good morrow.
Good morrow.
Well, it is, but good morrow is like a hello
Good
when you see
morrow.
them right now. kind of
Everyone
thing.
wishes you a good day.
That's right.
No one
Have
wishes you a good
week,
tomorrow.
you know? What's the modern equivalent?
Of good morrow?
Yeah.
Good morning.
Is it?
It has to be.
I feel like good morrow would be more of a goodbye than a hello.
Oh, good morrow presupposes today's gonna suck. Is that what you're thinking?
Maybe.
Good morrow.
Same shit, different day.
Yeah, better luck tomorrow.
According to Google, good morrow is an archaic 15th century greeting meaning good morning or simply hello, often found in Shakespearean literature.
Yes.
So it is a good morning.
Shakespearean.
We're learning so much.
Wow, we got off track pretty quick on this one. I said it's the finale, guys. Let's bring our A game. Good morrows. Good
Morrow!
You know what? We are just but ourselves.
Yes.
On this show. Streaming things, by the way. We stream things and you can stream them with us. Mostly TV shows. Sometimes people follow me from my TikTok and Instagram content. And they're like, where's all the fucking movies? We do them sometimes. And in fact, we're going to talk about Best in Show today. And that'll come out later this week on the Patreon side. We've done hundreds of movies over there. We're actually about to, right after this, delve into the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise.
Yeah.
With beloved guest host of the show, Madison, returning for that series. That's going to start right after A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. But, you know, it is a lot of TV shows, episode by episode. We find that the bulk of our fandom does appreciate that the most. So we've done Game of Thrones over on the Patreon side. We've done House of the Dragon, Dune Prophecy, Yellow Jackets. Did
you guys see the House of the Dragon season 3 trailer this week?
I don't watch trailers.
I figured you wouldn't. Andy, did you?
I have not yet. Does it look good?
It looks pretty bombastic.
Excellent.
We're gonna they're gonna start with the gullet and stuff because
I would assume it looks like
because the first 2 episodes were supposed to be in season 2.
Yeah.
But some budget and strike stuff happened. So it's going to start off with a bang. I know that for a fact.
Absolutely.
And also it's guaranteed to end on 4 seasons now, right? I don't know if I think we talked about that before.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of big developments across the Game of Thrones universe.
It's been a big week, big couple weeks for sure.
Yeah, George out there just yapping away, doing his thing.
He's yapping?
Yeah.
Is he going to make more books? I'll never tell.
I mean, you know,
I was meaning more the Night of the... He's been hinting at making more Night of the Seven Kingdom novellas.
Oh, really?
But the last one he made was like a long time ago too. So it's like, is he? He's been talking about that for a while, just like everything else. But again, that man can do whatever the fuck he wants. He gave us some great shit. Let the man rest if he wants to rest. Let him rest.
He said he's 2/3 of the way through Wins a Winner. So
I just saw a headline this morning that says George Martin says he's, quote, not in the mood to do Winter. And I'm like, me either, buddy. I'm not in the mood either.
You got to be in the mood.
Yeah, I would rather he be in the mood and make it than hate make it, like these fucking nerds.
Yeah, and then fucking he dies, she dies. Good Morrow.
Good Morrow.
We're going to talk about the finale, I swear to God, of A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. A lot of people have been spoiling it online. That's what we were just talking about.
Yeah.
It airs tonight as we record this, but everybody's kind of been discussing it. I think there's some big stuff and kind of a major departure from the novella. I'm excited to talk to Andy and Steve about how they view this. But yeah, a lot of big stuff. I will say, before we get into our overall thoughts on the finale and the scene-by-scene, play-by-play, the Valyrian Steals, the Dragon Eggs, the Mummers Dragons, all that stuff, Steve, I saw you talking about it with some folks in Discord because it kind of coincides with our Patreon coverage of Breaking Bad in a weird way.
Oh, yeah.
The episode 5, the last episode of A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, was the highest rated episode of all time, briefly, which... take that with a grain of salt anyway. Totally. If it has 80,000 reviews and other shows that are knocked out of place have 400,000 reviews, it's a different story anyway. Like it doesn't stand the test of time just yet. I think we can all, with our heads on our shoulders and our emotions in check and hobbies and people who have sex can agree.
Feet on the ground.
As a person who totally has sex.
It's just a great episode no matter what.
Yeah. Totally.
Right? Mm-hmm. But
by the way, I was so glad people love that episode.
I know.
I was like, I'm worried there's going to be backlash, and thankfully there wasn't.
You were wrong again.
I'm so glad that the community keeps proving me wrong.
No, well, kind of. I got some comments on my TikTok review, a decent amount, a few dozen of like, the flashback was kind of annoying and too long. Should have been all fighting, or but they're dumb. You know what I mean?
Idiots.
And I don't mean that to be dismissive, but it totally was.
But I just mean it.
Right. Sometimes I'm trying to be funny and it comes off like a dick. But sometimes I am just a dick. It's hard to tell. Just play a game. Just guess.
I just love you.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was the highest rated episode of all time. That upset Breaking Bad fans because, Andy, you know this. Steve, you're probably not super hip to this, but there's an episode called Ozymandias.
I've heard of it.
In season 5. That has been the highest rated episode of all time since 2013. In fact, it was the only episode, I think, in existence of anything that had a 10 out of 10, I think.
Wow.
I think. It no longer has a 10 out of 10 because what happened is the Breaking Bad fans review bombed A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. And then Game of Thrones fans returned in kind. And now it only has like a 9.9.
Damn. Things that we care about.
Wow.
You know?
I mean, I've been devastated. I
can't sleep.
A good Morrow I will not have until this is rectified. But that's kind of fun, like this weird nerd drama.
Totally.
It is such weird nerd drama.
Yeah.
Just like what you like. It's weird to me that someone be like, it is kind of weird to me as someone who's sort of, I'm a conundrum. My living is made on the internet, but I like to not engage with it. You know what I mean? So to me, it's like a big step to be like, I'm going to go on IMDb and review a thing. Like that's alien
First
to
off,
me.
who even does that?
I know, IMDb?
Yeah. That happens to me sometimes with a regularity that it disturbs me, where I'll say, here's 10 good movies that you probably didn't watch that came out this year. That's one of my favorite kinds of videos to make because I love calling attention to lesser known things. And pretty alarming amount of people will say something similar to this. Oh, this movie has a 6.3 on IMDb. Will not be watching, sir. And I'm like, there's so many layers of what's wrong with that. Like, first, who gives a fuck? Like, I like all kinds of things that like
audience reviews are kind of useless.
Sure. But also who uses IMDb to care about the thing that doesn't matter? You know what I mean? Like,
people Google review the DMV, my dude.
No, that's true.
2 stars.
It's true.
Not a good time. Don't recommend. It's crazy.
The group review thing was a good idea for like 5 minutes until they invented like bots. And, it took them no time at all to manipulate that system.
Just like everything else humanity creates,
Useless.
people ruin it.
Oh, okay. Like, geez, we're devolving into nihilism here. But hey, no matter what the actual numbers says. Episode 5 was great. Ozymandias is fucking incredible. I can't wait to guide Steve there. We got a little ways to
season
go.
is that in?
5.
5. Okay. Yeah, we're reviewing Breaking Bad on Patreon. I've never seen it, so these two are guiding me through it.
About to start season 2 next week. Very excited. Things start cooking. Ozymandias was written by Ryan Johnson, right?
Directed by him. I'm not sure who wrote it.
Yeah.
I love Ryan Johnson.
I know you do. Ruin Johnson. Speaking of fandoms. But let's get into it. I'm excited to hear what you guys think. We've all read the novella here. So what did you think about how they wrapped up this story here, the finale, the Morrow? Andy, what did you think?
I think that they absolutely stuck the landing. And with that, this is officially like top 3 of any season of any Westeros thing. Like, I put it right up there with seasons 4 and 3 of original run.
Put a pin in that, because I want to see. We ranked as a podcast the seasons of Game of Thrones. We didn't put House of the Dragon in there, but I did on my own. And I'm curious where you guys think ACOTS fits in.
Did we
there.
ever rank House of the Dragon? I can't remember if we ranked season 1 to 2.
If we did like a beep boop?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure we did.
I'm sure it was 1, 2. Right?
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I think that this episode was super duper heartbreaking. Maekar, I wondered how they were going to, which direction they were going to lean with the performance, because like he's been a mostly stern, aloof kind of guy up to this point, and so I wondered if he was going to be like my brother kind of had it coming, or it was going to be a I hurt my homie kind of situation. And I'm really pleased with the way that they went with it. It was more of a I hurt my homie performance. I thought that was great. The soundtrack went fucking wild on this one, and I love it. Just soft jazz opening with Lionel like staring down at Dunk was so fucking wild. The comedy in this episode was great. Lionel talking shit to his maester was the funniest thing.
Be gone, witch.
It was the funniest thing this entire fucking season, dude.
He couldn't cure it.
Itchy assholes behind your bellies. Get out of here.
He's a shit maester. You're fine.
This man is dying, sir. He's beyond my abilities. Beyond your fucking abilities. It's so good. Yeah, I thought it was obviously, Kit, you were vindicated in we have definitive, almost 100% definitive proof that he was not knighted.
I don't think we do, Andrew.
I said almost.
I honestly think the fact that he wakes up right afterward is enough for those people to be like, aha!
Exactly.
He wakes up and says, what? A knight always finishes his story, which could be put on Dunk shoes, but also like maybe that's Throne saying like, I gotta do my last knightly thing.
The way his face falls right after he delivers that line made me think he was dying again right in that moment. I don't know. Obviously,
he was telling a story. That's what he meant.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm gonna let Andy finish and let Steve do his thing, and then I'll go on another rant if you need me to. But I appreciate your bone you threw.
Yeah, absolutely. I also just want to shout out Valar's hair. He looks like me with his shot of gray through the side, and I thought that was a really cool design. I know
you've got some blood of the dragon in you for sure, Andy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm just getting old, but you know, I thought that was. I don't remember them showing his hair previously. I don't know why I'm calling it out, other than just the design of this season overall has been so much more true to what I envisioned in my head. You know, with the elaborate costumes, even fucking Lionel's crutch is made out of antlers. And I just think that that's so fun that they're leaning more into like the big character that these people portray in the books. They are very much, I'm the fucking man from Riverrun. Let me eat the fish's head like Ozzy. You know, it's fucking dope that they're making this series be
a little more fantastical.
Exactly. Like,
yeah, Game of Thrones was trying to like whittle everything down to be more real and what they thought was more palatable for general audience. But now that we know the world, it's like they're comfortable expanding and being a little bit more bombastic with their choices.
I remember one of our creative writing teachers in college at some point was showing us like a bunch of fake like spoof covers of books. His name was Andy, the teacher, and one of them popped up and it was a Game of Thrones spoof, and it said "The Knights Who Say Fuck." And I never forgot that, because it was just straight up like, hey, here is high fantasy presented in a dirty, gritty, more palatable medium. And I think that the show Game of Thrones leaned hard into that. Here's the grit, the reality, here's some boobs and blood, you know what I mean? And they still did this here, but they also let it be fun. And I think that that's great. I think that this season was just unbelievably good. And I think that this finale stood up. They landed it. This is good shit.
Yeah, I agree. What a fantastic way to end a truly fantastic season. I mean, last episode was the big climax of the season, right? The battle, the big revelation, Baelor dying. And then this was just them sort of rectifying with the world what happened. How is everyone to go from here? And to Andy's point, my favorite thing about this episode is the portrayal of Maekar. Because like you said, Andy, he has been this stern, aloof kind of character. And then this is the episode that they really gave him this sort of sad layer of, he's still stern and gruff, but he knows himself and he knows what he needs to do, even though emotionally that conflicts what he feels, I think. And that makes him such a more rich, dynamic character. He kind of reminds me of Stannis Baratheon in that way. The fact that he's going to be this haunted guy for the rest of his life where people will whisper that you killed the king. And he's really a tragic character. And I really appreciate how they decided to portray him. But also there's this really neat nature versus nurture discussion happening in this episode.
Yeah.
That Game of Thrones is always sort of played around with, but it's very direct here where it's like, hey, Aerion had, what's the line? Like all the meat he had was red and bloody and damn, it was good.
That's right. It was Wagyu.
It was Wagyu. Darren only
Oscar
had the finest
with crab and béarnaise.
If you let Egg have hard salt beef and live under the tree with me, he'll be like way cooler than your other kids. And then you see Maekar like wrestling with that in his mind, like got a point, but like I'm a parent and no parent wants their
he's my last
kid
son
to go off like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's a totally reasonable.
He's the cool one.
He's dope. He almost killed Aerion.
He wasn't gonna stab him.
I stopped him. And I like how they play with that expectation where he changes his mind about letting him go because he sees that Egg almost kills Aerion. But then there's that like post-credit scene. It's like, just kidding. Hijinks are ensuing. I think that's fun. And I think that's probably one of the big things we'll talk about in the recap. But no, it's great. We get some really cool glimpses into the larger Westeros world at large, like the Fossaway split, the anti-Targaryen sentiment that some of the houses feel, specifically with Lionel Baratheon.
I mean, really every house we've seen address it despises them.
Yeah, which is fascinating because usually you get to see like, oh, your grace, I pledge fealty to you. It's rare that you see a character like, fuck those dragon people. I don't like them at all. But oh my gosh, circling back to another topic, I just had this in my note. Like, I was laughing so hard at how coy the show is being about the is Duncan Knight thing. It's so hilarious that this conversation has sort of taken a life of its own in the discourse about this show. And the fact that like you get what you think is this like definitive, why have you never knighted me, sir? And then he like dies, you think, and he's like, sir. And I remember sitting there watching like, oh my God, they're doing it? Seriously? They're taking all that ambiguity away. That's part of the fun of this world is is he not nature of it. Like I was just shocked that they were going to put like their thumb on the scales and say, nope, he's not a knight. Even after Ira Parker's been out there saying, does it matter? I was going to, yes, you sons of bitches, what are you doing? And then like the fact that they're all like, yeah, let me finish my story real quick. Like I love this weekend at Bernie's big dick motherfucker. Sir Harlan may be the best knight ever. I love him so much. He's like if he's the closest thing to a Muppet Game of Thrones has had other than the Muppets that Tansel was creating. You know what I mean? I love him to death. And we even get the I don't know if this joke is okay to make. We get the Sir Arlen / Paul Walker riding away on a white stallion. It's been a long time moment at the very end.
Sure. I thought that was beautiful. Just
it
like Fast
beautiful.
7.
Yeah, I cried during Fast 7 during that moment. I cried during this moment too.
Straight up Fast 7. That's hysterical. He takes the exit.
He takes it in the white horse. Oh, so funny.
Tell you all about it when I see you again.
But no, love this episode. Love this show. I'm gonna have to figure out where I would rank it amongst the seasons because it's definitely at least top 3 for me for sure.
Really?
But Kit Laser, what did you think about this finale?
I loved it, man. This is great stuff. That departure is interesting to me because the departure meaning whether or not Egg was given permission. I think I want to talk about that probably at the top just because it won't make sense to spend this much time on it later.
Okay.
But I do think it's a whole thing that I actually love and it's cute, but it doesn't make practical sense. Now it's a fantasy story, but it does bother me when I think too much about it, unfortunately. And what I mean by that is in the book, and I just reread it like a month ago, but I've read it twice total in my life. I think
I reread it last night.
Okay. So I'm almost positive it's 100% guaranteed that Maekar gives him permission in the book.
That's how I took it when I read it. And when you read it right now, I think you can take it that way. But there's not an explicit Maekar saying, yes, he can go. He has that conversation with Dunk at the tree where Dunk is like,
yes.
What about Darian? What about Arian? And then Maekar just leaves. He doesn't answer him. He just seems upset. And then immediately the next paragraph, Egg is showing up. Like, I'm here to squire for you, sir.
Yeah.
So
there's room there, you're saying.
I haven't read the other 2 novellas you guys have. So in my mind, when I saw this scene, like, oh, maybe they reveal in another novella that.
Well, here's my problem with, it's really cute that Egg snuck off again. It shows his tenacity, his panache. It's thematically fits because they're both liars. But it's silly in the sense that in no way would it take Maekar and all of his power very long to find them. The 7-foot tall broke ass knight riding.
Check the hedges.
Yeah. You know what I mean? It's cause he spends the second book is mostly they're not far from from Summerhall and the Crown Lands. There's no way they would be hard to find.
Mm-hmm.
And if he was worried about a member of the royal family that went missing without permission, they would have so many people out looking. He would use so much of his means. So the idea that they get away with that after that is silly and kind of puts a damper on it to me, but it is fun, you know?
I assume that it's supposed to be where the fuck is it? God damn it. All right.
Oh, you know what? Yeah. One of those, right after the camera cut, he was fine.
Exactly.
He looked out over the field and saw them doing the Fast 7 moment. He's like, that's beautiful.
They're doing a Fast 7.
Oh,
Gilly, get in here.
We're doing a Fast 7. It's been a long time.
You see a bunch of Kingsguard tackle Dunk after the Fast 7. No.
Please, sir. I just live my life a quarter mile at a time.
It doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Pink slips. That's basically what the tourney was.
Yeah.
It was the street racing thing. If we'd had chicks twerking and stuff and Ludacris there, it would have been the same thing.
Dude, I would pay money for Ludacris to show up in season 2 of A Night of the Seven Kingdoms.
Beesbury's Tokyo drifting a horse.
Hell yeah.
That's okay. Let's redo the show. I got a better way to do it. So that's a whole thing. But I actually think there's better proof about Dunk's fraudulent knighthood in this episode than the whole bit that the showrunners do with him, with Arland pretending to die for a second, right?
To the Lionel bit.
Yeah, there's a conversation with Lionel Baratheon where Lionel is dismissing the fact that Baelor died because he doesn't like Targaryens. He's like, quit crying about it. Gods don't favor a fraud. Meaning he was a fraud for pretending to fight for justice and honor when he knew no one would even fight back against him. So we all were risking shit, right? Baelor was being a bitch. And gods don't favor a fraud. That's why he died. And then Dunk says, then why have they favored me? Now, in the words of Minnie and Ira Parker, showrunner, does it really matter? Technically, no, but also I think very much yes. Because again, I think it's so beautiful. Now, you could technically still do have all of the themes if he's just a poor knight and he just has imposter syndrome. Everything else still works, yes. But does it work as well? Is it as effective at showing that it's not about where you come from or how much money you have or who knighted you, but your integrity, your honor, how much you honor the vows? I don't think so. I don't think it's as effective at that theme is just a little stronger that way. But yeah, I think gods don't favor a fraud, then why have they favored me? It's right there. It's right there because he's bummed.
Why didn't you knight me, sir? TBD.
But yeah, I fucking love this show, and I do think it ranks very high for me as well. I think I did a video about this when we were on episode 2 or 3, and I put House of the Dragon season 2 like above seasons 5, 7, and 8 of Game of Thrones, but below season 6. And it was like 7, 8, 5, hot D1, and then 6 or hot D2, then 6, hot D1. And then A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, 1, 2, 3, 4. So basically all of the best of Game of Thrones was still above Akotsk for me. Okay. But I think it's possible that you could put A Night of the Seven Kingdoms up below season 3 and 4 of Game of Thrones. Maybe it's like third in the top 3 or something.
I think that's where it lands for me.
Third in the top 3?
I think so.
Okay. And you too sounded like Steve. You said top 3, I think.
Yeah, I think I lean more towards Andy on that one. Yeah. Again, it's like splitting hairs because all those seasons we're talking about are fucking incredible. But I think like if someone were to ask me like, hey, do you want to rewatch season 1 of Game of Thrones or season 1 of A Night of the Seven Kingdoms? I'd be like, load up Seven Kingdoms, my guy.
Totally.
Let's have a good time.
What it accomplishes in the runtime that it has is especially important. You know what I mean? Like they did so much with less than half of what Game of Thrones has for a given season. Because it's not only is it only 6 episodes, but each episode's half the length. You know what I mean? And it's still that fucking good. Infinitely rewatchable.
And this particular episode, The Morrow, literally credits are rolling before we hit the 30-minute mark of the episode. It's a shorty. Mm-hmm. It's just a short season, but they, like you said, it's a shorty. Economical and it's a shouty.
It's a baddie.
Yeah, it's like, whoa. We're talking about shorties right now? Hell yeah. Back to Fast and Furious. I would like somebody to like edit all 6 episodes without the credits into one movie. A 3-hour movie. That'd be fun. I would watch the shit out of that.
I'll do my best.
It's going to take a long time to render. If nothing else. But thank you for
my
doing
poor
that
computer. For me. I can hear it now.
No. And then we get a June release date for Hot D3. I don't know if there's a specific date. Is there? You watched the trailer, but I know it's June.
Oh, I don't think it had a specific date.
So we've got just a few months until we get some more Seven Kingdoms content, baby.
Fuck yeah.
That'll be cool. And it's really interesting to go from Game of Thrones to a couple hundred years prior for the Dance of the Dragons. And then like 100 years up to this. And now we're kind of, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like they've managed to tell the story afterward without spoiling really much of what happens in House of the Dragon. Other than that doesn't go well for the house in general, you know?
Yeah.
Or the dragons specifically. Yeah, I think it's fun. We kind of get to bounce around. A lot of people really want Robert's Rebellion. It's like the biggest thing in comment sections. Oh, fuck all this nonsense. And I think that's silly, personally. Like of all the stories you want told, I'd like to see Bobby be in his prime.
Totally. That'd be awesome.
But it's the most like, what could you do with it?
Yeah.
That would like enrich the story at all, like what in the details, what could we learn?
Here's the thing. If they do Robert's Rebellion, it's non-negotiable that Mark Addy, even his old ass, is still playing Robert's Rebellion. It's non-negotiable. It has to be him. We're going to war.
I do love the idea of an Aegon's Conquest, but animated.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, so we get to see Valyria and stuff a little bit, like go all the way back to Daenerys the Dreamer, them fleeing, all that stuff. So we get to see
the Doom itself. That'd be cool.
The Doom itself, or at least just prime Valyria
mm-hmm.
In animated form, because that place is crazy. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like almost futuristic instead of like medieval looking, and all that stuff will be, I think, like Japanese animation. Though I want to see it like full on, at least like Castlevania on Netflix style, but like better if it was like.
Oh, you like to play Castlevania?
I'd actually love to play Castlevania, and the anime is awesome.
They just announced a new one.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's called Belmont's Curse. It looks fucking dope.
Sugar my tits. I can't wait to play that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Sugar my tits.
Interesting. But yeah, I don't think I love the idea of the 10,000 Ship show. I would even super go for an Arya spinoff. But I don't care about Robert Rebellion personally that much. I don't know.
I mean, I won't turn my nose up at it.
Well, that's a horse of a different color.
And
I would watch
if you
it.
announce that Mark Addy's still Robert Baratheon, then I'm like, okay, that's up at the #1 list of things I want to watch.
Mm-hmm. Any of the 7 Kingdoms, I'll watch.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, even
any of the 9. Yeah.
That's a dragon egg we're going to talk about later. I can't wait to. You guys ready to get into the nitty gritty of this Morrow, the Morrow?
So ready.
Well, let's do it after a quick break from one of our sponsors. And we're back, and HBO describes the Morrow thusly. As Ashford mourns a great loss, Dunk considers his next move and whether to keep Egg as his squire.
I mean, that happens for sure.
It's true.
It's not a lie.
I don't know if Ashford mourned the great loss. Maybe like 20 people in Ashford mourned the great loss.
Yeah.
Which is
Mostly the
upsetting.
Targaryens. Valor and Egg are sad.
Yeah.
Dunk is sad.
Makar's sad.
Makar's sad.
The Manfred Dondarrion was there. He went to the funeral.
That's true.
That's true.
He was the only named lord I saw in the background.
Yeah, totally.
What's up with this Guy Ritchie, Wes Anderson shot
I love
at
it.
the beginning? Do you?
I do.
It's so atonal.
It is bizarre.
Not even
soft jazz and
yeah. It's at odds with all of the Westeros content we've gotten so far, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But I would argue even A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, it's like, whoa. Especially given what we just experienced. Like it's so lightweight, disrespectful. Like the fandom is in mourning. Everybody's very upset about Baelor, and they're tonight, the first thing they're gonna see is this trunk shot, like this Tarantino.
What it
so
reminded me
interesting.
of is in the musical Hamilton, after his son gets killed in that duel, and it's like this big, long, sad thing. Like, oh my God, he's dying. And then eventually it's like Marquis de Lafayette. He's like, can we get back to politics, please? We're like, yes. And then it's just like, we need to continue the story on. And that's what
Every
it felt
action
like.
has
This
an equal opposite reaction.
it felt like this, like quirk to be like, hey, that was nuts, huh? But yeah, we got more story to tell. Let's go. And so it felt like this fun, like, hey, we're still, remember how much fun you had in episodes 1 through 4? We're still that show, and that's what I said. And then like all the Maester shit, like you itchy assholes beyond your abilities. Like it's
so good.
So funny.
Yeah, it felt to me like a nice comforting hand being put on my shoulder. Like, it's okay, buddy. We're still life's gonna go on. We're gonna feel
Well, not for Baelor.
No. I mean, don't lose your head over it.
A Maester looks at Dunk while Lionel is like depressed that the tournament is over and he has to go back home. Because remember, Storm's End is really stormy. It's sad there. He doesn't want to go back.
Home is bleak.
So he's like, Dunk, you could come with me. You could be my bro. He does say to it really quietly, have you ever been to Tarth? Which I think is funny.
Yeah.
That's really funny. I guess that's an egg as well.
We're going, I got that in Dragon Eggs.
The Maester says that Dunk is going to die. Your wounds have mortified. This is beyond my skills to heal. An itchy asshole is beyond your abilities.
Begone, witch. That's a terrible Maester.
He's a terrible. You're going to be fine. Which is funny because Dunk seems to have he's the opposite of me. He has no medical anxiety. Because that would have fucked me up.
Oh, yeah.
I would have been done for.
Dunk doesn't even react.
If even a shitty doctor would have been like, you're going to die, and my buddy was like, you're going to be fine, I would be done for the day. Oh! Tell my mom I love her. Like, I'm done.
Cancel the pod.
But Dunk's just sitting there like, what? He's so devastated. He probably thinks he deserves to die.
This has now made it onto my bucket list, is to say this to a doctor at some point in my life.
Fuck off
on
with you.
On my deathbed, begone, witch.
Oh, I thought an itchy asshole is beyond your abilities to heal.
Yeah. I'm gonna be Lionel Baratheon the next time I go to the doctor. Sorry to all the doctor listeners. I know there's a bunch of you and you probably hate this shit, but I'm doing it.
Begone, witch. Come with me to Storm's End, and I will love you like a brother. And if not, well, fuck you. I'll hate you like a brother.
So still bros.
Good shit.
That's a great line. And that's his offer to Duncan. Everybody wants to hang out with Dunk now. Nobody wanted the Hedge Knight.
Yeah.
But now in this episode, Makar's like, come to Summerhall, come to Storm's End. And I'm sure Raymond wants him to go to
my cider barrel
Ciderland.
Yeah, totally.
I got a lot of apples. Huh?
You could pick the tall ones.
That's right.
I can't reach them.
It'd be a good deal.
Look how high those apples are. That's fucking mad.
And Lionel says, about Baelor's death, because Dunk's really bummed about it. You've done the realm a kindness. You'll see that one day. And he's like, oh, you're an asshole. Baelor was a great dude.
He gave his fucking life for me.
Oh, fuck you. Harding, Beesbury, me, the Apple Boy. We all fought for you. Right?
He risks nothing and the gods don't favor a fraud.
Then why have they favored me? This is not favored. This is a mockery. Look at you. You're all fucked up, dude.
So
And
do
you
you think-
lost Sweetfoot.
So do you think there is some sort of higher power judgment that actually did pull sway during the trial of 7 and they judge Baelor? And I love what this brings up that, because like Lionel said, he wasn't risking anything because half the other team wouldn't kill him, or most of the other team is probably not going to try to kill him. And yet he's the one who died other than Beesbury and Humphrey.
I tend to say no, right? That like shit just happens. I'm more of an existentialist myself, but in this universe and even in my own life too, there's been things that have made me question many things of a higher power nature, right? Like when I was first got sober and I was released and my girlfriend picked me up, I was going down to a halfway house, sober living house, 200 miles away from where I'd grown up. And she picked me up in her dad's Dodge Intrepid that we had always driven around and done drug deals and stuff. But she was a couple months sober at that point. And I would have 1000% taken that car from her when we got down there and like, hey, let me see the keys. I'm going to go get some milk or whatever. Right. And driven back up to where we live and relapsed. I would have immediately done that. I don't even need money to get high in Cincinnati. I just have one of those faces where people just throw drugs and shout phone numbers at me. But the engine blew up about halfway down there and she had to have her friends come pick us up, her sober friends, and take us the rest of the way down to so I didn't have a car. So now you could say that wasn't God, that was a Dodge. But I wonder about that sometimes. Like, what are the odds that car ran for all those years doing all that dirty shit? And then, at that moment, it finally gave out for no apparent reason. But also the sheriff who had arrested me had lost my ID. And so when I finally got out, I didn't have an ID. And so I would go to liquor stores down there when nobody was looking and try to buy alcohol. And I've always had a baby face, and they wouldn't sell it to me. So I was kind of like stuck sober until I like worked enough of the steps to where I didn't want to drink anymore. You know what I mean? But I would have never had that opportunity had I had my ID and or a car. And so I sometimes think, thanks God. You know what I mean?
So Baelor had it coming.
It's possible because in Game of Thrones, it does seem
there is magic in this world.
Not just magic, but of all the gods that we know about, it does feel like R'hllor has like real influence, right? Many times we see direct influence of R'hllor and the actions of Arya and Jon, and everybody was set up to be right where they needed to be to defeat the Night King. It does seem that way for sure. Dondarrion, how could I forget him?
How could you?
Brought back 7 times until he's no longer needed.
But the faith of the 7 doesn't seem to have that much power in the world.
No. In fact,
we've had trials by combat that went like, that's not the right. That wasn't the right way to judge for sure.
Yeah, 1,000,000%. I mean, obviously, like it's up for interpretation, right? But yeah, I think that this is just supposed to be a look how barbarous and crazy that this is their view of justice. You know what I mean? But still fun.
Yeah.
And
but it's a fun moral discussion that Lionel brings up. It's like, we fought and died for you, but like this guy who risked nothing still died.
It's a literal might makes right,
Yeah.
That'd be an interesting way if we could do that. Like, Kentucky's a no-fault state, but what if I got in a car accident, fender bender, and we were arguing, and we went to court, and he was trying to sue me, and I was trying to sue him. Insurance didn't know who to pay, and I was like,
you have to duel
trial by combat. If I thought I could take him, you know what I mean? I'd be like, trial by combat. Let's do this.
Let's do this.
Yeah, and then I get my ass whooped, and I'm like, damn it.
Guess I'll die.
Yeah, then they kill you now instead. It escalates things. That'd just be interesting if we could do that. Yeah. So then we get to Baelor's funeral, like you guys said.
He says, our caravan departs after the roast, and then cuts to the funeral pyre. That's the roast. So fucking good.
The roast of Baelor Breakspear.
He's on a spit. Yeah, we get Baelor's funeral.
I often said that Baelor Breakspear had no brains. Turns out I was half right.
Oh,
they got a comedian at the funeral?
Yeah, because of the roast.
Dunk pays respects directly to Valar after the funeral.
Egg's cunty little hat has been going viral.
Yeah.
Do you like his little beret thing that he's got going on?
I do.
I thought I would have some drip.
He's yelling at Baelor. Get up, sir.
Get up, sir. Just a flesh wound.
Darren puts his hand on his head, on his shoulder.
We found out what happened to the cat.
Oh, I told you. But Valor's all bummed. He's like, he died in my armor. You know, many sons die in their father's armor, but how many sons can say the same? And he's like, you know, he had it in him to be a great king, the greatest since Aegon the Dragon. Well, it's not. That's a little much.
Hold up. Pump the brakes. Hold up.
You got Jaehaerys. Like, there's been a lot of good kings. But why would the gods take him and leave you? And Dunk's like, I've been thinking the same thing. That's a good question.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
He's like, but hey, glad I'm here. Am I right, Nux? Be gone with you, Sir Duncan.
Yeah.
He isn't like that. Raymond's limping around. Everybody's a little worse for the wear. Even Lionel seemed pretty rough from the battle earlier, right? And he can't believe that Dunk went to the funeral. Like, why'd you go to them? They should finish on the tits. Remember I said that? It was the coolest thing I said.
This is kind of wild. I was talking to Erica about this. Like, if you were in Dunk's position and you felt like, oh, I'm the reason why this guy died. And a lot of people are going to look at me and think, oh, that guy wouldn't have died had I not gotten in trouble. Would you go to that guy's funeral? Even if you're like, I want to pay respects to the man. But do you think that if you go, would the people in attendance be like, why the fuck is he here?
Well, I think that speaks to Duncan's character. Like, yes, that would be extremely awkward. I'm not, but yes, I think that is the right thing to do.
Yeah.
And I think that he's a beast for like, fuck him. You know, like this is the right thing to do. And yes, it's going to be extremely awkward. And he can't even defend himself. If somebody wanted to get violent, you know, he's on crutches and stuff. And like, he's just that driven by his integrity, you know?
I think also he didn't make it to the actual funeral. He showed up after, but Valar was still there. Because you see him climbing up the hill and looking up at the smoke like the pyre's already going.
Oh, I missed it.
Shit.
He's like kicking the ashes and stuff. Oh, maybe.
Are you in there?
It took him a long time to hobble up there.
I don't get around as quick as I used to.
Yeah, maybe that's true. But, you know, he tells Raymond, everyone blames me, don't they? And Raymond says, I don't.
And they hug.
They hug too long.
That's awesome.
Raymond makes it awkward.
Raymond's so adorable because he's like, my buddy needs this. And so he goes in for the hug.
But then he's like, actually, this feels good.
And Dunk is like, actually, I do need this. And then 3 seconds go by and Dunk's like, out. I need out. Let me out.
Stefan took his tent. He's just got like a little normal tent now. He took the pavilion. He's really mad. It's like first trial of the 7 in over 100 years. And he's on the losing side.
Got beat by his little cousin.
And now we get the reveal that he's a green apple foss away.
Yeah.
And ironically, he's with Red, aka Rowan.
Lady Rowan.
And she's emptying the piss pot. That always trips me out. It's like you just piss in a little frying pan.
Hell yeah.
Now, I get why that's a thing.
I wish I had one of those, man. I have to get up in the middle of the night to go
just
pee.
Pee under your bed and put it back.
Put it down.
You're
I'll
a sick
deal
fuck.
with that in the morning. You know what I mean?
You wouldn't actually.
That'd be fucking awesome. Yeah,
you could just piss in a bottle then.
I could.
You could do that now. You could be one of those weirdos.
But I want a bedpan. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, well,
I know what to get you for your birthday this year.
Give me a funnel.
I get why that's a thing when there weren't toilets. By the way, some people had plumbing, but it doesn't matter. But in a tent, that seems kind of fucking wild.
Blowing it up.
Just go outside, man. It's right there.
It's cold.
It's not like you got to go all the way down the hall, down the stairs. Like, just walk out through the flap, pee out the flap, poke your dick through the flap.
What if it was for Rowan though?
Because she's just dumping. What do you mean? Oh, like she pissed in there?
Yeah, maybe that was.
Yeah, it was her pee.
Poke her puss through the flap. I don't know.
It's like, hold me up.
You think they had those like camping funnels for women that like make a little wiener out of the.
In this world,
Shiwi.
definitely not.
I think a maester probably designed that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And he was laughed out of the Citadel.
Maester Shiwi came up with a really great idea.
What are we going to call it?
We'll name it after myself, of course. Shiwi. Give us your change. You're not a maester anymore.
Maester Shiwi. That's so good. Yeah.
This part is so funny though, because she comes out and
they're married.
they're married now. And she's given Dunk the look like, we haven't met yet. Don't say that. Because she's like, I'm Lady Rowan. Oh, nice to meet you, wink.
Yeah.
I've got a child now. I love how Raymond does not know how sex works.
I couldn't say this at the time, but that's why it was so, I don't know if you guys caught this. It's so genius that a few episodes ago, Raymond makes that joke, or he goes on that rant about Targaryens are just the best thing they could do for the realm is finish on their tits. And then he says, I heard Stefan say that. The reason that's so genius is this doesn't make sense if he knows enough about sex to make that comment 3 episodes ago.
That's a good point.
But the fact that they threw in, I heard Stefan say that, is so, because he doesn't know how babies are made and stuff. He doesn't, you know what I mean? And like they made sure that to cover their ass with that so that this makes sense. Because she's like 7 months pregnant and he thinks it's his baby because he doesn't know how that shit works.
She says, I'm with child now.
It's fucking.
Wait, is she like visibly pregnant?
Yes.
And I didn't catch that. I just assumed she was lying to him and saying like, "Oh, I'm pregnant now. You better marry me."
I'm 999% sure that she's like visibly pregnant and that's 100% not his kid. And he's just like, oh, and Dunk's like, oh, congratulations.
She's due any day.
Yeah. I mean, either way, even if she's not showing, like she's definitely pregnant and it's not his.
Yeah, Dunk's like, that's definitely mine.
Yeah.
It's going to be tall. Prince Maekar demands a word with Duncan, and I love how defensive Raymond is. No, he's had enough with you.
Mm-hmm.
And Dunk's like, no, it's okay, man.
Congrats on
It's
the
going to take me a while to get there, but it's okay. He's still holding his like green apple shield and stuff. Here, take this back. I remember when I had a shield. So he hobbles all the way up to Prince Maekar, and Maekar says he's sending Aerion to the east. Maybe a couple of years in Essos will do him some good personality wise.
Mm-hmm. In the book, he says he's sending him to Lys. So specifically Lys.
And Maekar says, some will say, I meant to kill my brother. And then Dunk's like trying to make it about him. He's like, I'm pretty bummed too. But luckily Maekar's nice about it. He's like, yeah, you will hear them whisper as well. And I love this.
He has this great line because I went back and read the ending again last night to refresh my memory on stuff. But Maekar has this great line where he says, strange to say, I do not recall the blow that broke his skull. Is it a mercy or a curse? Some of both, I think. Because he actually lays it out. It had to have been me. I had to have been the one that killed Baelor because the Kingsguard weren't trying to kill him, and he was only fighting the Kingsguard, me, and Lionel Baratheon, and me.
And Lionel wasn't using a mace.
And yeah, Lionel was just there on his team, so like it had to have been me. So it's a interesting thing to like. I don't even remember killing him.
It's interesting too because you guys pointed it out, and then I did rewatch the episode afterward. Because remember, I had to use Andy's notes.
Yeah,
my thoroughly detailed,
great notes,
wonderful notes.
Yeah,
and I did rewatch it. And you can see the blow that kills him.
Yeah.
They did actually depict that. It's interesting. But yeah, he's like, anytime there's a bad crop or a sickness, they're going to say, oh, that wouldn't have happened if Baelor was alive, he's like, they're dumb for that. But it's going to be something that follows both of us for the rest of our lives. Right. And then Dunk, he's like brazen about, like you said, would it be rude for him to go to the funeral? Maybe, but I think he was right to do that.
Yeah, you did definitely kill him.
But the shit he says here is like, whoa, buddy. Not only that, but he's like, of all people to like get to comfort him, Maekar is a bold choice. He's definitely more sad. That's his brother, you know?
Yeah.
But he's like, I think about you guys would have taken my foot in my hand. And now that it's all said and done, could I not have spared one? It's an interesting thought,
Could
right?
a foot be worth a prince's life?
I wonder what the Morrow, and then Maekar's like, yeah, you definitely could have. It's definitely not worth it at all. And then Dunk doubles down. He's like, but I wonder though, what will the Morrow bring? Might it not be someday the realm will need that foot more than a prince's life?
How can I kick ass if I can't kick?
Not bloody likely. Like the fact that he even asked that out loud is so funny. Is it not possible though? I'm so badass.
Because
I'm a good guy.
This is Maekar. Like everything we've seen of this guy, he's like the most surly of the Maekar siblings. And he's actually doing a really good job. Like, keep it fucking together. Keep it together.
Yeah.
I fucking hate this guy.
Not bloody likely. Or is
the realm has as many hedge knights as hedges.
And that's a lot of hedges, I presume.
Mm-hmm.
Does it count as a hedge no matter what, or does it have to be trimmed?
That's a good point. I don't know.
Because I think of a hedge as a bush that's been cared after, you know? But maybe in the UK, they're all hedges.
A hedge or hedgerow is a line of closely spaced 3 feet or closer shrubs and sometimes trees.
Shrubbery.
Planted and trained to form a barrier or mark the boundary of an area.
See, I was right.
Hedges that are used to separate a road from adjoining fields or one field or another are known as hedgerows.
But you can't call pubes a hedge, only a bush.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to go home and trim my hedge.
Trimming the hedges?
Yeah.
So then he says, Egg, it's time for him to be a squire, but he will serve no knight but you, Duncan. Will you have him?
He's an unruly boy. No, he's a good lad. He just needs a stern hand, a good clout in the ear.
Yeah, he needs to be, honestly, hit from time to time.
Honestly, beat your kids. That's the real lesson to be had here.
But he offers Duncan a place at Summerhall. And he's like, not only will you train Egg, but my master at arms will continue your training. You're cool, but you kind of sucked out there, man. If you weren't 7 feet tall, you'd have been fucked because you are trash. I was watching you a little bit after I killed my brother. I had a minute to breathe. Trash.
Yeah.
That's kind of what he was saying.
I was like, oh, Arian's fine.
That's the subtext. That's the subtext there.
I do like the kindness that he throws his way because, again, Maekar is like totally within his right.
I'm sure Arlen did the best he could.
Yeah, because he knows how much Sarlin means to him, and he didn't have to say it, and he says it.
No
I think
disrespect.
genuinely.
Yeah,
he's like, he did all he could, but you have much to learn.
That 1,000,000% could have been the exact same line with Stank. I'm sure he did the best he could, you know. But this, he is very. I love his performance in this scene. He's so heartfelt, and like even when he says, "Will you have him?" talking about, "Will you take my son under your wing?" Like he says it with such earnestness. Like he cares about Dunk to some extent. He super cares about his boy. And
well, he knows how much Egg cares about him, and he does love his boy.
Totally.
And I think he does know that he's a good influence on him. But Dunk says, I think I'm done with princes. And Egg's listening to all this, mind you. So he's pretty upset about this.
And his little hat.
Yeah, he's still got the little hat on.
His funeral/spying hat.
Egg lies to Dunk about spying, as any kid would. Were you listening? Oh, no.
No.
Listening to what?
I just hang out in hallways.
Get up, Sir Duncan. You're sitting on my hamster.
You want to go make some breakfast sammies?
So then it looks like he's about to ask him again, personally, to reconsider. Dunk kind of gets hip to that and says, nah, man, definitely not. Don't do it. And Egg says, well, maybe you're not the knight I thought you were.
Harumph.
And then Arlen is telling the story about Pennytree, where he's from. And every time a boy would go off to war in the village where he was from, they would nail a penny into the big oak tree at the center of town. And when they returned from war safely, they would retrieve the penny. And he said, you know, when he went to nail a penny there, even though it was a giant tree, it was hard to find a spot for one, meaning not many of them returned. Yeah. Right. And Dunk's crying. He's heard this story 1,000,000 times. Why did you never knight me? Did you think that I'd leave you?
I wouldn't have.
I wouldn't have. Sir.
Arlen looks like he dies. And the acting is really good because he does look like.
Oh, yeah. He's like staring off.
And then he snaps right back into it.
And that's why they call it the penny tree. A true knight.
I love him rubbing his tears away like you can fucking see me cry.
Oh God.
A true knight always finishes a story. Now kneel, Sir Duncan.
Shink.
That's right. That's what went down.
It's interesting that they have this scene in here. It's obviously a change from the books because we don't get to see Sir Arlen like at all in the book. But in the book, Dunk describes Sir Arlen like this. He says, Dunk had never seen the old man's penny tree. Sir Arlen seldom spoke of it, no more than Dunk was wont to speak of Flea Bottom. So it's just interesting that they have this story and Dunk's like, I've heard this story in a long time, which is not at all what happened in the book, but I think it's a good change for this story.
I think it works too. Then we cut to the bees swarming Beesbury's coffin. To Andy's point, they're really leaning into like how much each house like is obsessed with their sigil.
Fuck yeah,
which I think is even more so in the books, you know? Maybe not. I mean, they do have actual dire wolves in the north and stuff. They did.
I feel like in the books, Beesbury would have worn like wings. You know what I mean? He'd be walking around going, bzz,
buzz, buzz, my lords.
Like
He's a
they
Yellow
are
Jackets
that
fan?
into their shit.
Fucking bee magic.
They're doing so much in this world. I was already hip to House Beesbury, but it seems like every new show that comes out, they're like, "Oh, you like Beesbury? Let's do this thing that's going to make Steve love them even more." I want to have a funeral where they put fucking bee magic. They put the queen in my casket and the bees swarm me.
I love
That's
that
so
Raymond's
dope.
dumb and Rowan's like, they put the queen in there. Fucking bee magic. All that fighting's turned your brains into cider.
Applesauce.
Applesauce,
Gotta
yeah.
lean into the metaphor.
Did you hear the kids playing in the background?
Yeah. Dragon eggs.
Do you yield, dragon? Oh, okay. Eat shit, Sarah. And then Lionel arrives. We see him like kind of angry at Dunk, still waiting on his answer, or maybe he's already gotten it. But you know, he's like surly. Arrives to the Beesbury funeral, and Dunk sees Darren Targaryen sitting over there, and he tries to shame him. Have you no honor, sir? How dare you show up here? These men are dead because of you. Will you take Egg to Squire? He's there to ask him again because he knows that he turned that down, right? And he's like, you know, my brother wasn't always such a little monster. Egg's not a monster. He's a good boy.
Cool.
I like him. And he's like, I didn't mean Egg. He's talking about Aryan.
Oh.
And then we have this nature versus nurture debate. You
I
know?
love this.
Apparently, by the way, it's science in this universe that it is in fact nature. Is it decided in the wombs, as the maesters say? You know, but I do know Aryan was quite the glad child once.
He liked fishing.
He had a strange joy of throwing cats in wells, though.
He thought it was a fish. He was like, "Go fish, go swim, little."
He was
fish.
dumb as shit.
He's really dumb.
Didn't have the heart
Thank
to
God
tell
he's
Egg.
pretty.
He ate a lot of paint chips.
Are these Targaryens the most emotionally, maybe mature is not the right thing, but there's like an emotional cognizance to them where like Maekar, he could be all fury and stuff, but he's like, no, I know what's best for my family. And I will, even though I hate it and I'll do it through gritted teeth, I'm willing to do it. Darren is like, hey, we suck. Please. I understand my fault as a person. I drink too much, but please, my little brother doesn't need to be that. Like, I feel like this is a level of emotional maturity we haven't seen from most Targaryens in this series before.
That's because you ain't got no dragons. It makes you introspective. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like you don't got your badass little pet that can wreck house. So you're like, dang, I got to actually like navigate the world, I guess. You know?
I don't know. I think it's probably true that we don't see this a lot up to now. I would argue there's a lot of depth to characters like Viserys, Rhaenyra, in House of the Dragon. Daemon, if you look really closely, there's a lot going on there, even though he's kind of a psychopath.
Mhm.
But I think it all tracks character-wise. You know, Darren is a really sweet guy who is a piece of shit only because he has this we don't talk about Bruno curse thing going on that's made him an alcoholic and very nihilistic because he kind of knows a lot about what's going to happen, and that's got to suck,
Yeah.
you know? And Aryan is more what we're used to with the Targaryen family, you know, but I think Maekar, it makes complete sense as like the youngest of the king's children. So he's got some complexes. He's actually the most maybe this is more Dragon Egg, and maybe we've already even talked about it on the show. I get confused because I talk about this stuff so much elsewhere as well.
Yeah.
But
He's the anvil.
they were the hammer and the anvil. Baron and Maekar were the hammer and the anvil, and they actually single-handedly together stopped the Blackfire Rebellion.
Mhm.
Baelor came up from the rear and crushed Daemon Blackfire's armies, and then Maekar was kind of the Stannis that was in charge of just holding the ground. He's very similar to Stannis, actually, in my opinion, because
Yeah.
he gets none of the glory, but he's actually like doing a lot of the work.
Mhm.
And so they were so close, Baelor and Maekar, and that's why he's so devastated that he killed him, right? Like they're super tight brothers. They were, because the other two are not military commanders or
No,
fighters at all.
Yeah.
And so those two hung out a lot. And I think you see all of that in just the way that he acts, and it's really cool.
Mm.
But yeah, I think you're right that they put a little more effort into these Targs. And this next bit is interesting. It kind of reminds me of speaking of Daemon, it's kind of what they do with Daemon. It gets pretty surreal in this scene. Egg's looking in the mirror, and then he sees his hair growing back very quickly, right? And it's almost like, I don't know, how do you read this? Like I have to kill him so that I don't become him. Kind of like, I don't know. What do you take from this scene?
Wait, you said growing back very quickly, as in like he's seeing it in real time growing back, or
What do you? I don't understand your
you,
question.
you said he looked in the mirror and he sees his hair growing back very quickly.
Yeah, because he's bald, and then you can see the white fuzz. I guess you could interpret it as the light just hit it, but I very much think it was an animated like.
Oh, I did not take that.
I thought it was just his hair is growing back and it's just starting to come back in. It wasn't.
It
coming
looks
out.
so poor that it seemed like an obvious illusion to me, but maybe it just looked poor.
Maybe. I mean, because it's very fine white hair. I think it was just starting to grow in.
So you think the light just hit it, and it was just like a.
Yeah.
That was how
I
took
need
it.
to shave.
He's
Let me
noticing.
get my shaving knife. I should stab him with it. Maybe that's how it developed. He was just going to shave it. And he was like, wait a second. It fits my hand as well as his. When by his, I mean his chest. Yeah.
I want a sister.
Really, he's doing it. He does it. I want a sister.
Yeah, I mean, if his hair is growing back in real time right there, I would read it way different. That's not how I took it at all.
I
So
thought it was
what
like a Mirror of Erised kind of thing. I don't know. Maybe I
Yeah.
just misread that completely.
But so what I did take away from it is he's seeing, you know, in his reflection, he's like, oh my God, I am him. I don't want to be this. I don't want to be that. And you lash out and
you kill. Sometimes you stab.
yeah, totally.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to stab.
Yeah, that's how I took it too, Andy. Like his hair's growing back, the fantasy of him being able to leave
To
and
be someone
escape
else.
and
Yeah.
be someone else and be honorable. And
Well, if
he's-
I'm going to stay here, it's not going to be with you.
yeah, I'm gonna fucking kill that guy.
Do not get up, sir. Stay down, sir.
Down.
So he takes the knife into Arian's room and he's very much going to stab him. But Makar is there. And this is honestly kind of a devastating, cool scene because Makar's already in there and he's just like, oh, God.
Yeah, he's
Oh.
worried about his kid who sucks, but it's still his kid.
Yep.
Like there's somebody online, someone said like, we all like as a parent, I understand what Makar is going through because you're always tired of your kid's shit, but goddamn, will you fight to protect that little bastard?
Sure. And the way he just kindly puts his hands on Aegon's shoulders and he drops the blade. He's not mad at him or anything. And he doesn't like backhand him like, yeah, you're going to do a murder.
Mhm.
A fratricide. Is that what? Yeah. Fratricide.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
don't.
I honestly, the only reason I'm in here, I came in to do the same thing. And I sat down to think about it.
Darren stopped me.
There's a whole line of people in
and then
there.
he went to go get Dunk.
And then while he's in there, the guy, the groom or whatever comes in. Sir Duncan, my lord, requests an audience.
The groom?
Isn't that what
he
it's
getting
called? Like a
married?
manservant?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, come on, man. Learn your medieval terms before you come at me with some derision. All right.
It was a genuine question.
Who's getting married?
Who's getting married? The first viewing will be here shortly. Makar, do you want to see it?
The
Oh,
butler.
yes, I
The
do.
butler. And I love that the girl, like the Lord of Ashford's daughter, is that Gwen?
Yeah.
I do not blame you for ruining my name day. It was a rotten thing they done to you, and you were right in your reply.
Thanks.
She was shitty to him earlier.
Oh, yeah, she punked him, remember?
When I first
Two
saw
for
this
flinching.
scene, I was praying that she would be like, "You were right in your reply, bitch," and like did the same thing to him.
It's an interesting thing, and it's like because he feels guilty, and I think having her say it, it's comedic because it's like she's so self-centered that like I forgive you, because like nobody cares about your like the tiny house and its birthday.
Yeah.
But at the same time, coming from her who was so derisive to him, I think it
Yeah.
means a lot.
He's
And-
being recognized as a man of station at
Yeah.
this point.
yeah,
An honorable man.
a man of a knight of renown.
But at what cost?
But yeah, Dunk says to Makar, before your brother died, he said the realm needed good men. And I want to be a good man, but not at Summerhall. I don't want to go there. I want to take Egg on the road with me. We're going on a tour.
Mhm.
And this is going to ruin the tour. Potentially.
Maybe.
You're not chronically online enough to get that, but
No.
somebody left somewhere listening.
Okay.
And Makar's like, I forbid him to live as a peasant. And Dunk says, well, Darren never slept in a ditch. And all the beef Arian ever ate was taken rare and bloody. And the implication there is, see how good that did them?
Mm-hmm.
And then I love, this is heartbreaking because Makar's only rebuttal to that, he sees the wisdom in it, like Steve said. He totally gets what he's saying. He thinks he's right, but then he just says, but he's my last son.
He's my boy.
And he's cool. He's so fun. You know, you get it.
I only got one more chance to not fuck this up.
He says the funniest shit.
Have you heard him?
Arian says 0 funny things. Darren's always wasted. I forget where my other kid is.
Darren's fun to hang out for the first 2 hours of an evening, and then it gets sad.
Eamon's a nerd.
Yeah, oh, God. It's interesting that he said...
and you ever heard him talk? He's terrible to hang out with. Hello, Father. You always talk that way.
You should read this research by Maester Shiwi. It's fascinating. It's interesting that Dunk said Darren never slept in a ditch, because in the book, Darren says something like, my brothers have my measure when it comes to fighting and dancing and thinking and reading books, but none of them is half my equal at lying insensible in the mud. Like, that's one of the things he describes himself as, because he's always drunk in the mud.
But he's never been camping. He just passes out occasionally outside.
That's true.
That's different.
I don't know.
You don't have to actually endure that. You're blacked out.
That's true.
Because like I've never been camping that much, but I've slept outside a lot. Not the same thing, you know?
He's a champion bedwetter.
So then Dunk is readying his horses, and then Sweetfoot returns. Raymond bought his horse back for him.
What a G.
Now he's got Chestnut, Sweetfoot, and Thunder. But he's like, hey, you're going to need this because Storm's End is pretty depressing. And he's like, well, thank you for this, but I'm not going with Lionel. And also, you keep Sweetfoot. She's not mine, not anymore. And Orchard might suit her better. And this is so sweet because he's like, actually, Sweetfoot would have so much a better life with you. Sorry, Thunder and Chestnut. I need horses.
Because he's always wanting to give poor Sweetfoot an apple, and now she can have all the apples she wants.
I also like that it's a green one. It's a green one. And then he nails that penny into the... So I think he takes Arlen's penny out of the pommel with his dagger, nails it into the tree. And then Chestnut asks where they're going to go. And he's like, I don't know.
Stop asking me, Chestnut.
Let's figure this out. And then Egg arrives. My Lord Father says I am to serve you.
Serve you, sir.
Oh, what a good reply. Get that stern hand. Chestnut's yours, and I don't want to catch you on Thunder unless I put you there.
Oh, I'm going to get on Thunder. The moment you're not looking, sir.
And then they argue about whether or not there's 7 kingdoms or 9. And at first,
this is so funny.
He's like, you're so fucking stupid, little kid. It's called the 7 kingdoms. And then he names all 9 of the territories.
Crownlands, Westerlands, Stormlands, Riverlands, Iron Islands, the North, the Reach, the Vale of Arryn, and Dawn.
And that confuses the shit out of Dunk.
I love his performance because you can see his brain like, does not compute.
Wait a second.
Shut up, nerd.
Anyway, where should we go? I hear they have good puppet shows in Dawn, sir. I know you wanted to climb that, am I right? Nux, up top.
Let's do it, my guy.
I'm a good wingman. And then Sir Arlen rides with them and then takes off. He does the, this fast 7. And then we get this little kind of almost stinger where the Targaryens are leaving and Maekar can't find Egg.
We get the end title, which is A Knight of the 9 Kingdoms, which is really funny.
Oh, did it say that?
I didn't even see that it said 9.
I super didn't catch that.
When it cuts to black, it says A Knight of the 9 Kingdoms, which is genius.
And then Maekar can't find Aegon, and then where the fuck is he? So now we know that he did not get permission from Maekar. He just he's a very willful child.
And we get that bizarre choice of music.
It is.
Yeah. Ernie Johnson or something. Ernie Ford.
Your sex is on fire. That would be a crazy ending song. Yeah. And that's the end of not only this episode, but the show itself, which brings us to our 3 favorite moments after a quick break to hear from one of our sponsors.
It's February 2026, and while the shortest month of the year may fly by, our gratitude for this community runs deep and wide. We are constantly energized by what's ahead and grounded by the people who have made it all possible. So we want to take a moment to thank and recognize everyone who supports us on Patreon. Whether you're a longtime supporter or just joined us recently, you're part of the engine that keeps this show a-moving. And of course, we got to give a special thank you to our super patrons, those of you who contribute $25 or more each month. So let's give a heartfelt thank you to Aaron Armstrong, A.K. Ashley Ray, Albus Stinkpot, Alexis Adler, Anthony Corona, Anthony Powers, Lofpum, Brett X, Brianna Williams, Kaylee Sampson, Charlie Friday, D? It's just a D. It's the letter D. The letter D. Daniel Pack, Dr. Rock Art, Elbander, Emmy E. Scramo, Haley B, Hootie Hoo, Jay Rich, Jeanette Murphy, Jer, Jim E, Joe True, Joe Velez, John Collins, Josh Stitch, Jay Scramo, Just Liz Calabria, Justin, Jadinklage Morgoon, Kalisha Reeves, Kylie Bennett, Lady Trashley, Little Tickler, Mandy Joe, Marilyn, Maddlestat, Mitchell, Narvel Toughnuts, Nice Guy Eddie, Paula Garcia, Peaches, Rabbit Dog in a Barbie Car, Rebellious Angel, Sean Callahan, Sean Myers, Sun-Loving Mortal, Suzanne Road, Susie Callahan, Svento7, Taloon, Trisha Bueller, Upside Down Canuck, Xander Barbarian, Casey McCain, and of course, Enza. Thank you all so much for keeping the lights on over here at Streaming Things, and with that, let's get back to today's episode.
And we're back. Here are our Valyrian Steals, scenes that stole the show. Andy, what is your number 3?
Dude, there's so many.
Yeah.
It's really, I'm going to go with Dunk confronting Arian at the Beesbury funeral and saying,
you mean Darren?
Or what did I say? Arian? Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, Darren. Have you no shame, yada, yada. Just the bit about him saying that Arian used to be a good kid. I don't know. Something about that just hit for me. I loved that we got a little bit of a bow on Darren as a character, and at the same time, a little bit of Arian. Like, we'll probably never see him again. So that just that little bit, like, he used to be pretty cool. I don't know what happened. You know what I mean? I don't know. I love that scene.
And it's a real great way to bring that up too, because we've had several characters who are like, "Oh, Egg is so unruly. He's such a bad kid." So they prime you to think that's what who they're talking about, and then when he says no, Arian, it like hits like, oh yeah, it probably was a normal ass kid, and then through his upbringing became a monster.
He liked fishing. Me too.
Steve?
Yeah, there are so many moments to pick from. I think my number 3 is going to be the reveal that Rowan is with Raymond Fossaway now. Like, that scene is so hilarious, and I love how we get a little bit of an end of an arc for that random character that left a pretty big impression. The first couple episodes, Rowan, who we were calling Red before, was like a fun little side character. It's like, it's an eye, ain't it? But she gradually comes around to root for him, and now she's presumably giving up her life of going around and just hanging out with Manfred Dondarrion and settling down with this sweet, dumb boy and gonna make all that money being a lesser lordling.
He's going to be Jerry and she's going to be Cookie.
Yes, absolutely. And it's just funny the way they play it off where he's like, she's with child now, got to marry her. And then Dunk's like, oh no, buddy. But very funny. Love that character gets an arc. But Kit, what's your number 3?
My number 3 is when Egg arrives at the end, I think. And it's just, it's the crux of the show. Their relationship is so beautiful and wonderful. And they have such great chemistry. But, my father says I am to serve you. Serve you, sir. The way he just like puts on his, night hat immediately. It's really, really, it just makes you feel warm inside. And so for that reason, that is my number 3. Andy.
My number 2 is Dunk and Lionel broing out at the beginning of the episode. The itchy asshole maester stuff was just the funniest shit. It's the hardest I've laughed this entire season. And there's lots of funny moments, but the fuck off with you, be gone witch. It's so fucking funny.
He's a terrible maester.
Yeah, I love Lionel. But yeah, just for the comedy.
My number 2 is, it's the second interaction with Dunk and Maekar, where Dunk lays it out like, Arian had all this great food Darren never slept in ditches. And then Makar's, like, you're right, but I don't want to admit it. I'm a parent. I want what's best for my child. I don't want my kid to be living in ditches eating hard salt beef. That shit's gross. But I know you're right. And I like that dynamic there and how they kind of lay out the whole premise of what I think the show's going to be moving forward is the two of these characters going on adventures and him sort of raising Egg to be a better character theoretically. And I just think that's a really good scene. Both actors crush it. And it's my number 2.
Wonderful. My number 2 is Andy's number 2 as well. The Lionel and Dunk scene. I don't think I can say anything about it that Andy didn't say or we haven't said many times throughout this episode, but I'm going to miss Lionel Baratheon, man.
I know.
He doesn't fit physically where I think Baratheons are. He seems like a small man, and it works because Dunk's supposed to be so much bigger than even big men, but I'm pretty sure that dude's like 5'8", but like he fucking crushes it personality wise.
Totally.
It's so fun.
He's like Renly more than Robert. You know what I mean?
But Renly's almost a spitting image of Robert, actually. Like he's a huge,
Supposed
he's
to be,
also wrong. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
the book Renly's huge as well. Just handsome and gay.
Yeah. Likes wieners.
He does, which who doesn't, you know?
I love him.
I know you do, buddy.
Let me see him.
But yeah, this such a fantastic, it's a brave choice from where we left the audience to be so funny, I think, but it works. Yeah, so that's my number 2. Andy, you're number 1.
Duncan Makar, the whole like this is going to follow me the rest of my life. I'm going to hear the whispers. You're going to hear the whispers, especially for Sam Spruell's performance as Makar in this sequence. Just absolutely incredible. So heartbreaking. You can see how bad he feels about what happened. And I don't know. It's just profoundly affecting.
Steve?
My number 1 is your guy's number 2. It's the Lionel.
Oh, nice.
Maester bit in the beginning. Like, it is such a brave choice, like you said, to open the episode that way with the music. It's hysterical. Lionel, I'm really happy to see that the fans of Westeros have really glommed on to the Laughing Storm, because I know in our primer episode, and Andy and I were like, he's going to be a standout character, we think. And it seems like that's the case. People love this guy. He's hilarious. And this is just such a funny scene. I'm going to quote it to doctors. Sorry, I'm coming for you, doctors. I'm coming for you.
Pecan witch.
What's your number 1 favorite moment?
It's Andy's number 1. We had the same list almost. I think it's the scene between Makar and Dunk, that first meeting where he asks Duncan if he'll keep Egg on as a squire and come to Summerhall, but they have that like philosophical debate before that, and Duncan says some really brazen shit. Could be, though, that it was worth it, me living. We'll see, right? Don't you think? It's possible.
Give me a high five. See, couldn't have done that. You took my hand.
We could do 10. Patty cake. Look
Let's
at
do our
this.
feet, too.
Mash our piggies together, Makar? Oh, no. That's inappropriate.
I don't want to get my toes dirty.
Anyway, it's such a fucking good scene. It'll stay with me for a long, long time. That's my number 1. And now it's time for Dragon Eggs, kind of lore, tids and bits, explore the book a little bit more, things that were hinted at the show. Andy, what do you got?
I got nothing. The only thing that I marked was Lionel asking him about Tarth, but then we called it out in the episode. So
we didn't explore it, though. Do you want to say what that implies?
It's just implying that at some point Dunk is going to visit Tarth, and that he may or may not beget a child that will eventually beget another child that eventually becomes Brienne, and that's fun.
Yeah, there is a fan theory that Brienne is the descendant of Sir Duncan the Tall. And I think that's what this joke, it's a joke about that. I think that he mentions that.
Yeah, the fan theory has been around for a while. It comes from A Feast for Crows in the 4th book. There's a line where Brienne sees a shield with Dunk's insignia in her father's armory. So that has been like the big reason why people are like, oh, they're related somehow. And apparently George R.R. Martin confirmed that they're related in 2017. I don't, that's just something I saw while doing research, but
got to be careful with that.
Yeah. Speaking more on this though, this is a dragon egg that should have been for last episode that we didn't catch. But as I was doing research, this popped up and I thought it was really, really fun. Another nod in the previous episode that the creators made to this connection between Dunk and Brienne was in the flashback scene when they're walking down that road, him and Rafe. And, at one point they hide from that guy that walks or has that horse with the dead
Yeah.
body. So
Get off
that
the road.
that road is like a dirt road, and there's like these beautiful trees on either side of the road. It's a road in Belfast, and it's the exact same road where they filmed episode 5 of season 4 Game of Thrones, where Brienne and Pod are traveling down the road wondering how they're going to find Sansa Stark.
I've been to that road.
Have you?
Yeah. It was part of the Game of Thrones tour I did in Belfast.
Cool.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Is it as beautiful as it looks on
It is.
screen?
It's paved though. So,
is it?
Yeah. Somehow they're using.
They put
special
dirt on top.
effects. I guess. I
They
don't
could
know.
dirt it.
Yeah,
Yeah, totally.
that's true.
Sometimes
But
they
it
put
is-
snow down.
Yeah.
You know?
The trees are very pretty.
Yeah, cool. I saw Ricker shared that in the Discord. Shout out to Ricker.
Oh,
That was
did
a
he?
good find. Yeah.
Nice.
You're pretending like you didn't see it and steal it from Ricker. That's fine.
I mean, I actually did find it last Tuesday, but yeah, let's give Ricker the credit. But no, in the interview, I think it was, I can't remember if it was Ira Parker or Owen Harris that said they went to that spot specifically so they could make that connection because they liked the idea of descendants walking the same path.
Oh.
That's
and
fun.
that's why they went out of their way to
So
film
he's
that.
just like, Brianna's straight up a descendant.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I want to talk about the 9 Kingdoms. I think that's a funny bit
Mm-hmm.
because in my mind, Egg's 1,000% wrong. Right? Did anybody want to disagree with me?
Well, and how that name came about, the 7 Kingdoms, yes.
There were 7 kings.
Yes.
Right.
There are more territories.
Yes.
But they didn't have kings. And so it's like, shut up, kid. You know?
Yeah.
And the fact that Dunk's getting
You're
confused is funny. But like, it's always been a thing. Like even King Robert remember his sex game, Making the 8?
Oh, yeah.
Was to go to all the
Making the 8.
was
Yeah.
to go all the 8 territories and have sex with someone in each one.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
So it's always been a thing that there's more territories, but there were 7 kings from before Aegon landed. That's where that name comes from. So it's just a silly thing to say.
Yeah. Aegon comes over for his conquest and he takes over the north, who is run by King Torrhen Stark, the king of the mountain and the vale, which is Rommel Aaron. Harren Hor was the king of the isles and the rivers, which is the Iron Islands and the Riverlands combined into one. Loren Lannister was the king of the Rock. Gardner, who was the king of the Reach, so the Reach. Argilac Durrandon, which was the Storm King, which became the Baratheon place. And Mariah Martell, Princess of Dorne. And then the Crown Lands is theoretically the 9th territory that was established by the Targaryens on Dragonstone,
Right.
and the surrounding area. So that's where
King's
the other
Landing.
the other
That's
one
where the
come out.
king landed.
Yeah.
Although the Martells aren't kings, they're princes. So,
Yes.
not a kingdom.
Well, it's a principality.
Yeah. The 6 kingdoms and principality.
Yeah. Andy doesn't have anything. So Steve, I guess back to you.
So we kind of mentioned a little bit, like during Beesbury's funeral, there are these children playing around his bee casket, and the one
Sarah.
Eat shit,
trying to look that
Sarah,
up.
you dragon whore. So at first I thought, ooh, dragon whore. I bet they're talking about Rhaenyra Targaryen because they did call her the whore of Dragonstone. That was something that Aegon II called her to delegitimize her. But I think what they're actually referring to is Sarah Targaryen. Do you remember Sarah Targaryen?
I actually don't.
Sarah was, I think, the eldest daughter of King Jaehaerys. And Sarah was famously a promiscuous daughter and kind of drove Jaehaerys crazy because she was getting all sorts of trouble.
She was making the 8.
She was making 8. At one point, there was a scandal where her and a couple of her friends, along with a Roy Connington, Jonah Mooton, and a Braxton Beesbury, were found at like a brothel.
Oh, I do remember that. It was a whole thing.
Yeah, and
She
Jaehaerys
doing
was
a
like,
whole
did any
orgy.
of these 3 guys take your maidenhood? And she said, they all think they were the first. And it ended up with like Braxton Beesbury challenging to King Jaehaerys to a trial by combat.
Yeah.
Jaehaerys beat that motherfucker and killed him. And eventually he sent Sarah to Old Town to become a silent sister.
Yeah.
And she escaped after a year and went to Lys and opened her own prostitution
She's actually
house.
awesome.
Yeah, she's a really cool character. And like she's
like becomes like king of the underworld over there.
yeah. And she would dress as a silent sister. That was part of the allure of her over there.
Yeah.
And when they had the big Great Council of 101 AC, where Viserys was chosen to be the next king after Jaehaerys died, she didn't go, even though technically she would have a claim as the oldest living
Yes.
child of Jaehaerys. But 3 of her sons went to the council to claim they're right, but none of them are picked. So I think that's who they're referring to. Like, you dragon hole, eat shit, Sarah. I think that's a direct
I love
call
it.
to her.
The only thing that I researched all of this about her as well, I got hung up because in the captions, they spelled Sarah Sarrah.
They do.
And then it's Targaryen. The one you're talking about is as Saera.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I was looking forever, like, who could it possibly be if not her? But it has to be her, right? To call her horror. And I think the caption people just fucked up.
Yeah.
I'm dumber than both of you. I thought the little girl's name was Sarah and they were just playing generic dragon game. I
think that could be happening.
That other kid broke character and was like, eat shit, Sarah. I told you I wanted to be dragon queen.
I think that could be happening. Like in the macro level, that's what those kids are doing, but it's definitely a wink and a nod by the writers. Like, get it?
Yeah. I like that stuff.
Well, this week we got the branching, as it were, from House Fossaway. And if you read the modern books of Game of Thrones, like the more contemporary
Song of Ice and Fire
books, you will have a lot of characters mentioning, oh, there's a green apple Fossaway, there is a red apple Fossaway. And
it's 2 houses.
We get that break here. There were just the red apple Fossaways from Cider Hall. And then through what happens with Stefan and Raymond goes and starts the green apple Fossaways of New Barrel.
With the help of Rowan.
With the help of Rowan, yeah. And they create their own house. So that's kind of a cool lore reason. We finally get to see why there are 2 different versions of the Fossaways in this world. And speaking of Rowan, I wanted to bring this up because this was something I didn't really get as someone who has not read the second novella. You're going to go into spoilers, right, with your thing?
Yes.
Kit? So if you don't want any spoilers at all, I don't think what I'm going to talk about is a spoiler, but if you don't want to know what the names of certain characters are, you don't want to listen to my part either. So I'm going to put a little music track under it, skip ahead if you don't want any spoilers at all, and if you hear the music, just keep going. But here we go. With Rowan, the reveal of Rowan, a lot of fans earlier on in the season were speculating that she was actually going to be revealed as Lady Rowan, who is Tywin Lannister's grandmother. And Lady Rowan is a larger character in later novellas and is like a love interest for Dunk. She's like known as the Red Widow, I think, because a lot of her husbands die. And I don't think that's the case because they've already released casting for characters for season 2. And there's a woman named Lucy Boynton.
Lucy Boynton
has red
she's
hair.
Amazing.
She looks like if Lady Rowan, who is Tywin Lannister's grandmother, were to jump out of the page, it would be her.
You think she's going to be the widow by the stream?
I think so.
Yeah, it's definitely not going to be this Rowan. I can put that to bed right now.
Funny enough, this actress who plays our Rowan is also named Rowan. Rowan Robinson is the actress's name. And it's spelled differently. Her Rowan is in the captions. It's spelled Rowan. Mm-hmm. The novella Rowan, Lady Rowan, is spelled Rohanne. And so it's just an interesting sort of like, that was a big thing. And I didn't know about it until when I was doing research. A lot of fans were speculating that she was going to be revealed as Lady Rowan. In a way, they are kind of right because she is Rowan. And she becomes a lady, but I don't think it's the same Rowan. It's strange that they would do that.
It is.
Yeah.
Lucy Boynton's awesome. She's in Sing Street.
Yeah. I can't wait for that. That's amazing. Well, speaking of future novels, I want to kind of talk about a lot of what happens to these characters and what the events of this season mean for the future of Westeros, namely almost everything that happens in Game of Thrones. But to do that, I got to spoil a lot of stuff, kinda. And I say kinda because the novellas are kind of like anthologies. And a lot of what we hear about Sir Duncan the Tall and his incredible great deeds and all that stuff never happens in any of those novellas. They're just like little mini adventures with Egg. And we just kind of know through lore what happens later. And so for that reason, I don't think it'll ever be depicted in live action. And if it is, it will be 15 years from now, which I don't see happening, to be quite honest. Mm-hmm. So I'm just kind of spoiling like lore stuff that you just know if you're a nerd and you care, and you don't if you don't. But technically a lot of it is spoilers, just in case I'm letting you guys know in advance. So skip ahead like 5 minutes. And if you still hear the music, keep skipping if you don't want to know any of the stuff that happens to these characters. But I think it's really fun and illuminating. For instance, like let's talk about in the macro how this, like we've talked about in general that Baelor's death is why the Mad King is king, right? But like the details of it are really fascinating, and the fact that it's all kind of worked out that way. So what happens is Baelor, who is heir to the throne, dies. He would have been king after King Daeron II. So he dies, which makes Aerys the heir. Aerys the First, not Mad King Aerys the Second. Already confusing everybody in audio format. But essentially a plague sweeps through King's Landing. And the second novella is after this plague, the Great Spring Sickness. And so that kills Valar and Baelor's other son, Mataris, but also King Daeron II. And it ends up being Aerys who ends up being king. And then Aerys rules for a while, but he doesn't have any heirs. And so when he dies, Maekar becomes king. And then it goes on and on down the line. A bunch of bad shit keeps happening. King Daeron, like the dreamer, Maekar's son, is the eldest. He would be the heir. He dies to like syphilis. Like it's theorized that it was some kind of STD that kills him. Arion, Brightflame, I think it's worth mentioning. The reason why I wanted to talk about this is because Maekar was like, maybe some time in the East will do him good. It doesn't. He dies by drinking a cup of wildfire, thinking it's going to turn him into a dragon.
Yeah.
And that's how Arion, I think it's satisfying to know that that's how he dies because he sucks. And then, of course, Aemond is Maester Aemon. And so Aemon doesn't want to be king, and he's also a maester, so they skip over him. There's actually another great council, just like
they want to make him king because a lot of the lords view Egg as this like, oh, he's hung out with small folk too often. We don't like that.
He's too woke.
Yeah, he's too woke.
That's right. Egg is too woke, but Aemon doesn't want to be king. They hold another great council, just like with when Jaehaerys died, and Viserys became king, and they vote on it, and that's how little Egg becomes Aegon V, or Aegon the Unlikely. And now Aegon makes Sir Duncan the Tall his Lord of the Kingsguard, and he has 3 sons. The first of which is
Aegon
named.
Does?
Aegon has 3 sons. The first of which is named Duncan, which is really sweet.
Yeah.
So little Prince Duncan is the Prince of Dragonstone, heir to the Iron Throne, but he ends up. He's betrothed to Lionel Baratheon's daughter, but he falls in love with a peasant named Jenny of Oldstones. That's right, of Jenny of Oldstones fame, the song. That's a really cool story in and of itself. And that pisses off Lionel Baratheon because they're like, you can't marry that. Even Aegon, little Egg's like, you can't marry the peasant. I know I'm married for love, but you can't. That's a peasant. We got this whole thing set up. And Duncan's like, fuck that. I'm doing it. If you don't want me to be king because I'm doing it, that's fine. Just take the throne. So he abdicates his princehood of Dragonstone, and that enrages Lionel Baratheon, the Laughing Storm, so much that he rebels against the Iron Throne, declares himself Storm King. And I love the line in here. It says, and if you don't go, then I'll hate you like a brother. I think that was a little wink, because the way that rebellion ends up getting put down is that Sir Duncan the Tall has to fight Lionel in single combat, and so they fight, and it's epic, and that's how he ends that war. He beats Lionel. So he must have learned a lot in his years since.
I feel like the Jenny of Oldstones thing was all supposed to be a nod to King Edward VIII and abdicating the throne to marry Wallis Simpson. She was a divorcee, and she can't have that, and so he abdicated the throne. Have you seen the movie The King's Speech?
I have.
Guy Pearce plays
Colin Firth?
Yeah. Guy Pearce plays his brother that abdicates the throne so he can marry that woman. And then Colin Firth ends up becoming the king, the unlikely king.
But he stutters.
With the stutter, yeah.
But that's when kings didn't even matter.
Totally.
You know? And that movie won Best Picture, which is crazy.
Such a good movie, though.
It is a good movie.
Maybe I should rewatch it. I do love me some Colin Firth. And so, yeah, that's how that shit goes down. And then sadly, supposedly, allegedly, Sir Duncan is there as well. But there's a great fire at Summerhall, which kills King Aegon V, little Egg, Prince Duncan, his eldest son, and supposedly Sir Duncan the Tall. But then it's gotten out now that he did survive. And so
Per little Aegon.
That's
Dexter
right.
Soul and Soul revealing what George R.R. Martin told him in secret.
That's how his second son, I think, Jaehaerys II becomes king. And then his son is the Mad King Aerys II. And so that's how we get to where we get. And then, of course, he's the father of Rhaegar, but also, more importantly, Daenerys Targaryen. All that shit goes down. because of the death of Baelor Targaryen. A lot of people in my comments when I made the video about this were like, yeah, but like because of the plague, it would have ended up that way anyway. A, I think that's not fun, but like you're just being a fuddy-duddy.
Yeah.
But B, that's not true. We can't say what would have happened. Maybe Baelor would have prevented the plague. Maybe Baelor would have invested more money in the Citadel and the CDC of Westeros.
Yeah.
Or maybe Baelor would have been on vacation with his entire family that whole year, just making the 8.
He would have been on, he would have been on Dragonstone with his family, an island away from the contagious disease mainland.
Maybe so. There's also a lot of theories that Bloodraven himself started the plague and caused all this stuff because he's an evil, like Maleficent type bitch. And
but he looks great.
Yeah, that's true.
He's aura farming constantly.
He's Max von Sydow. So
I'm going to make a plague.
That's cool stuff. I just wanted to talk about the Lionel and Dunk battle. I think that's fun. I love how Aerion dies because I think he's mentioned by Tyrion or Joffrey or something in the show as well. Like one of those motherfuckers drank wildfire and thought it would turn him into a dragon. These guys were dumb. That was Aerion. Lots of cool stuff.
I don't think I ever heard the theory that Bloodraven started the spring sickness.
We're talking like deep Reddit stuff at that point, you know, where the kind of theory that is fun to think about, but if it got to Martin, he'd be like, oh, that's interesting.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
I am convinced that
maybe at one point I meant that
a bad guy, and that ultimately the bad guys win in Game of Thrones. But like, yeah, I've never heard that he caused the plague too.
Well, there's all kinds of like he does blood magic, and like, is that a rumor because people are like stupid and superstitious, or and his name is Bloodraven, that does lead
a bastard.
Yeah, exactly. And is that just kind of like rude because he's a bastard, or is he like magical and stuff? And the show seems to be kind of leaning in because we see a little clip of him and
Hot
D, and he looks pretty shady for sure. So
yeah.
So yeah, who knows?
He's definitely a shady dude, no matter what.
Lots of fun stuff in this universe. Betwixt here and now, Sir Duncan the Tall is a great character that I didn't think ever in a million years was going to get so faithfully told in live action. And so it's just really, really cool and so well done. Like now he's a legend. He's there for all time. Peter Claffey.
Fucking legend.
Fucking legend.
Genali.
Some would say even greater than the man himself of Genali.
I don't know. You forgot Carl Tanner's name just now, didn't you?
I did.
CFT, my dude.
I did. Carl fucking Tanner, my bad. That goes to tell you immediately who's the bigger legend. How dare you call me out on that? I avoided it like really well.
Yeah, I thought you did good.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
Well, that brings us to, I think, do you have any more eggies?
No, that's it.
That brings us to our final deed here with the Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. Our Mummer's Dragon. Who are we going to nominate? I'm almost certain now. For those who don't know, maybe I've said this before, we have a running gag here on the show where I'm really disappointed because I go last that everyone else picked the same guy I picked because I thought it was a really creative pick. And before we started recording, I was like, I think I nailed it today. I'm now certain I did not after our discussion.
Because we all picked Sam Spruill.
Yeah, fuck you guys.
Yep, I picked Sam Spruill.
Whatever.
We all, everybody.
I mean, I'm so glad for Sam that is the case, though. He very much deserves it. I think he's done a great job every episode up to now. But then he just had so much to do in this final episode. Yeah. And that's how he earned himself a Mummer's Dragon Award, which I'm sure he's over the moon about. But thank you to everybody for listening to us. You might be, every time we cover a different show, we get some new listeners. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Yes, we are this silly all the time. So much content for you to go back and listen to if you're into any major show that's come out in the last 6 years or so. But also over on our Patreon, again, if you like this universe, we've covered all of Game of Thrones already. We will be back on the main feed for House of the Dragon season 3. And once again, up next for March is our deep dive into the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise, which sounds random. It's not. With Madison, we've got a big pirate movie with the guy from Ghost Ship coming out on the 26th as well.
Hell yeah.
I wanted to work that in somehow. I don't see how we're going to be able to do that. Really fucking excited for that movie. But thank you guys for joining us on this journey. We'll be back in Westeros soon, but I hope you stick with us for all the other stuff as well. That's all the time we have for right now. My name is Kit.
I'm Andy. And I'm Steve.
And this was Streaming Thing. I don't know why I got so like British and epic. And this was David Attenborough.
Good.
Happy streaming and good morrow.
Get up, sir.
Get up, sir.
That's what I say to my dick. Oh, then it gets up too fast. Wait!